everyone, myself Shiraz from RPVVI in a colony. My retail trainer is Miss Kavita Sharma. She is teaching us online these days. But some students are not able to take their online classes because of the lack of resources like mobile phone, internet, laptop, etc. So I made this video for those students. In this video, we are going to discuss about a retail topic which is merchandising planning. It is one of the most important topic in retail, so without wasting time, let's start the video. So guys, first of all, the question is what is merchandising planning? It can be defined as the planning and control of the merchandise inventory of the retail firm in a manner which balances the expectations of the target customers and the strategy of the firm. Now, it benefits the retail in the following ways. First, retail assortment of goods. Second, adequate depth. Third is availability of the store when needed. Now, the question is what is the process of merchandise planning? The process of merchandising planning is planning in multiple dimensions. First dimension is time snap, second dimension locational level, third dimension is merchandise hierarchy level. So first is developing the sales forecast. A. Review past sales. B. Analyzing the changes in economic conditions. C. Analyzing the changes in a sales potential. D. Analyzing the changes in the marketing strategies of the retail organizations and the competition. And E and the last is creating the sales forecast. The second is determining the merchandise required. Planning in merchandising is at two levels. The first level is the creation of the merchandise budget, and the second level is the assortment plans. Now, there are two methods of developing the merchandise plan. First is top down planning, and second is bottom up planning. The merchandise budget comprises of five parts. Its first part is sales plan, second part is stock support plan, third part is planned reduction, and fourth part is planned purchase level, and the fifth and the last part is gross margins. The assortment plan details the merchandise that will be sold in each product strategy. The third is merchandise control (OTB), the open to buy. Good inventory control is critical to ensure adequate level of stock for the amount of sales being generated. Opens to buy ensure that the buyer limit overbuying and underbuying. Second, prevent loss of sales due to the unavailability of the required stock. OTB can be calculated in either units or dollars. It is different between how much inventory is needed to how much is actually available. Open to buy formula is planned sales plus planned markdowns plus planned end of the month inventory is equals to planned beginning of the month. The fourth is assortment planning. It involves the quantities of each product that will be purchased to fit into the overall merchandise plan. It includes the type of brands stocked and the level of exclusivity to be maintained. Now, the question is buying merchandise and merchandise procurement. So, a key decision to be taken by the buyer is to determine where he has to buy the merchandise from. Determining the source of who would supply the product to the retailer in a quantities needed by the retailer as per the requirement of the retailer is an integral part of the retail function. Merchandising sourcing means finding or seeking out products from different places, manufacturers or suppliers. A decision have to has to make whether the merchandise should be sourced from domestic, regional, and international markets. So the process of merchandise buying are in five stages. The first is identifying the source of supply. Second is contacting and evaluating the source of supply. Third, negotiating with the source of supply. Fourth, establishing vendors relations. Fifth and last is analyzing vendor performance. Brand options available to the retailers. Branding is important in retail to influence customer perceptions and drive store choice and loyalty. So now we are going to talk about the private labels. Private labels when the retailer sells product or a line of merchandise which is owned, controlled merchandise and sold by the retailer, it is an own label or private label. The label can be the store's own name or name created exclusively for the store. A private label can be classified as store brand, big bazaar, and etc. So now, why do we need private label? We need for a private label. We have five reasons for a private label. First, identification of need gap. Second, unique merchandise. Third, customer loyalty. Fourth, changed customer habits. And fifth and the last is increased margins. International sourcing decisions. Sourcing not only from local market but also from global markets in the order of the day. The integration and coordination of procurement requirement across worldwide business units look at common items, processes, technology, and suppliers. What is preceding strategy? The preceding strategy adopted by the retailer can be of the following type: cost oriented, competition oriented, demand oriented. Pricing strategy: cost oriented, retail price is equals to cost plus markup. If the formula is rearranged, we get markup is equals to retail price minus cost. Markup should cover operated expenses such as transportation, etc. Demand-oriented pricing. It focuses on a quantities that the customers buy at various prices. It largely depends on a preserved value attached to the product. Competition-oriented pricing. The price adopted by the competitor plays a key role. The retail may price the product on per, above or below the competitor's price. Pricing strategy includes: first, market scheming. Charge high prices initially, they reduce them gradually if required. Inelasticity of demand of a product benefits from high short-term profits and effective market segment. Prestige of luxury items. Second is market penetration. Capture large market share by charging low prices. Demand is price sensitive. Third, price building. It is a form of pricing where various products are bundled together and sold as unit. Happy price management. The fourth is leader pricing. The retailers sell one of a few products at a deep discount to increase traffic and sales on complementary items. Multi-unit pricing. The retailer offers discounts to customers who buy in quantity. For example, one T-shirt being offered for rupees 255 and two t-shirts for rupees 355 and etc. The sixth is everyday low pricing EDLP. It is adopted by retailers who continually price their product lower than other retailers in the same area. Walmart and Toys R Us. Retailer assumes that customers are attracted by low-priced product rather than marketing initiatives. The fourth is odd pricing. Prices are set in odd number, rupees 199, rupees 299, and etc. 8. Single pricing charges the same price for a same product under similar condition. Dollar shop. Ninth is multiple pricing. The customer is given discount for making bulk purchases. One can of soft drink may cost rupees 15, whereas three can cost as only 40 rupees. 10th, variable pricing. Pricing of goods or services at different level of different customer at different times. The type of pricing is common among street vendor, antique dealers and other small independently owned business, but is not practically or direct marketers who rely upon pre-printed promotes forms. Now, adjustment of retail pricing. Adjustment in retail pricing needs to be done in order to meet the market conditions. Adjustment of retail price can be done by the way of markdowns or by the way of promotion. Markdowns are the permanent reduction in price. Timely markdowns help to improve profitability, increase turnover, and increase profits. Adjustment of retail pricing promotes are temporary reduction in a price used to generate additional sales during peak selling periods. Now markup. Markup is equals to selling price minus cost of goods. Markup can be expressed as a fixed amount or as a percentage of a total cost or selling price. Markup as a fixed amount. Assume sales rupees is equals to rupees 2500. Product cost is rupees 2000. Markup is equals to sales price minus cost. Rupees 500 is equals to rupees 2500 minus rupees 2000. Now markups and markdowns. A markup is where profit is expressed as a percentage of cost. Markup percentage is equals to SP minus cost upon cost 100. Markup percentage is equals to SP minus cost upon SP 100. Now selling price is rupees 30, cost rupees 20 and markup is 50%. Many smaller retailers set prices of individual. A markdown is where the profit is expressed as a percentage of the sale price. Like markdown percentage is equals to price minus cost over price 100. Like selling price is rupees 60, cost price is rupees 24, markdown 60%. Now we are going to talk about coupons. We get many coupons in retail store shops. Now it initials the holder to a reduced price on an actual purchase price of a product or service. Coupons are digital or printed, both. They induce customers to try the product for the first time. The key objective with a coupon promotion is to maximize the redemption rate. Rebates. A rebate is money returned to the buyer based on the proof of purchase. It is useful when the price is relatively large. Manufacturers like rebates because many consumers never bother to redeem them. Buyers are required to fill form with name, address, and other details. It provides information to customer. So guys, now I hope you guys are able to understand merchandising plan. So at the end, thank you for watching this video and stay home, stay safe.